Welcome to episode 70. We're there of Geek Gossip Podcast. This is Vaughn.
Chris.
Adrian is working and Joey is in training, so they will not be joining us today. But we continue onward. Have you been playing anything new or different?
Madden.
Oh yeah, that's right. That came out.
Madden technically comes out tomorrow.
I'm not in the GameStop loop anymore, so I'm not pushing NBA or Madden
Right,
anymore, so I
sports
don't know
games.
when they come out.
I think Madden technically comes out tomorrow. The Hall of Fame edition came out Tuesday.
Yeah, they do that early release thing.
And then the Origin premiere came out last Thursday. So you get like a week early on the game.
Okay.
And it's not a timed trial. You get full access to the game a week early.
Mm.
So that's PC only, so I've been playing that.
Okay.
That's it. It's been a busy week.
What have I been playing? Played a game called Embers of Miram. It's like a weird platformer, 2D platformer.
Okay.
Really fucking good. A word search game came out, so I picked that up because I like word searches.
Okay.
Nothing special. It's literally just a word search.
Just
There's
word
like
search.
340 something different puzzles. So I'm
Damn.
like,
Okay.
great.
Exercise the brain.
Other than that,
Was that on PS4?
PS4 and Vita, yeah.
Oh. I thought you meant like your phone.
No.
Okay.
No. It was a
On PS4.
handful of bucks. I wouldn't pay. I think it was like $7 or $8.
Okay.
Wouldn't pay any more than that.
Okay.
I mean, for the game that's there, 300 puzzles. If you like crosswords, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Actually, speaking of mobile, I picked up a fantastic mobile game yesterday.
really.
Pocket City.
Like a simulation, like a.
It's like SimCity.
Okay.
There's no in-app purchases. And you pay $5 and you get full access to the game.
Okay.
And it's not, there's like no time gates. It's like, what games used to be like. It's beautiful. It works well. It's pay once and you get access, and it's really fun. Good progression system. I mean, you can tell it's new. Like, there's a lot of room to grow in it, but the first mobile game I played in a long time, I'm like, this is a legitimately good game.
There's a game called Alto's Journey.
Heard of that one.
They did one, came out a while ago, and then they just released the sequel to it.
Okay.
Great endless runner type game.
Endless Runner?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun. Speaking of mobile, Fortnite is coming out on Android here soon. We're not going to spend a
Gotta
lot
get
of
those
time on
views.
this. Not spending a lot of time on this. It's exclusive to the Galaxy or Samsung right now. Like the beta is.
Weird. Okay.
You get a special like skin for doing that. It's not on the Google Play Store,
Right. I did hear about that.
so they didn't have to pay Google any money.
Right. The like 30% that they would have to pay Google.
Right. Which, keep in mind, because they're doing that, you cannot use Google Play money to buy V-Bucks. You'd have to go a different route, which is super annoying.
Okay. That's frustrating.
But greedy. If you want to be greedy, that's the way you go.
Yeah.
30% is like a good
30%
chunk.
is huge.
But the amount of money you're making from that, like, come on. If you're going to give money back to developers for using the Unreal Engine, like, does that take away from that generosity with being a greedy fuck?
No. Because this is... They're making a statement that the Google Play Store's cut is disproportionate.
How much does Apple?
Obviously, it's not 30%, or else they would have bypassed the... Well, they can't bypass the Apple Store.
Right. So
Um,
it could be 50% on Apple, but if it's the only way to get on there.
cut. Yeah. Oh. 30%. That was as of 2015.
Okay. I honestly don't see it going lower. I mean, Apple got
Okay.
away from the affiliate program, so people that utilize recommending apps are screwed now. But
So they're probably sticking with it on Apple because they have no way around it,
yeah,
and are taking Google on because they have a way around it.
right. I'm sure if they could get around it on Apple, they would have. But
Is there? I wonder if there's a way for Google to fight back on that and block Fortnite on their devices.
I'm sure there's a way, but you'd get away from that open platform that Android has used against Apple. So
True.
yeah, there's no easy route with that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they offer or they entice them by putting them on there or giving them us. No, they couldn't do that either because then all the other app developers that utilize the Google Play Store would be like, why are you giving them a cut in the policy and not us?
Well, they're gonna make bank.
Right. They would have made bank regardless.
Right.
It's just they're making more money than they would have.
Yeah. I mean, for them to be getting, 100% now with the cut. Yeah, that.
Yeah. Fuck them.
So, can't wait to read all the stories about how much money Fortnite is making now that it's on Android.
And how many schools are now banning more stuff. But
yeah.
Whatever.
So that's Fortnite.
It's been the Fortnite minute.
Fortnite minute.
That way we can add the Fortnite hashtag to the podcast when we Red Dead. It's been some Red Dead news. You see the trailer today?
I did not see the trailer today.
You're not missing anything. It's, you know what they did with every Rockstar game where that chick is talking in the background like, this is Rockstar's most ambitious product yet. See this, this, and this. It looks good. Like, it looks like a good Red Dead game after Grand Theft Auto.
I saw some stills. It looks
good. It's a persistent world. You're hunting. You're bringing food to your encampment, which can move around the map. Gambling. That slow motion Deadeye thing is in there. If you were already in for Red Dead, this trailer's only going to make you want to be in there more. It didn't do anything to really pull outsiders in.
Okay.
I'm not probably going to buy it.
Is there a way to pull in outsiders to this game?
Not really. I don't know what they could do to get me to go in there. Unless give it to me for free. But it looks like a Rockstar game. Like, do you want an open world Rockstar game that's set in 1900s Western America?
Here's your game.
There's your game.
So all they've been talking about is Rockstar's goal was to revolutionize the open world game. Is there any indication in the trailer that they've done that?
They didn't show the size of the map, so that could be the thing that's revolutionizing, like a ginormous map with this type of interaction. From what I've seen, it wasn't doing anything much different than Red Dead 1 did.
Okay.
Like, there's stuff happening. The way you interact with the world is like that. You can get into fights in town. You can do all the stuff you can do in Red Dead. It's probably just more dynamic in terms of random shit happening like it does in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Probably holds deeper meaning to the game.
Right, and this is gameplay trailer 1. So there's going to be more woman talking in the background telling you how great this Red Dead game is going to be and how great Rockstar did with it. As of right now, they didn't show anything. They didn't show anything that Red Dead 2 has done that Red Dead 1 hasn't. At least in my eyes.
Okay.
Looks great. It's gonna play great. You're gonna have that random shit happening where a fucking hobo runs out and you run him over with your horse, or you drag him behind your horse with a lasso. Like, yeah. Next podcast after you watch it, you can let us know. But I personally didn't see anything to pull me in. But if you're already neck deep in Rockstar and like Red Dead, like this is gonna make you shit your pants.
As expected.
Yeah.
As expected.
Didn't talk about any new gameplay modes. Didn't talk about multiplayer. Didn't talk about anything along those lines. It was mainly just this is the world. This is the stuff you do in it. Blah blah blah.
Okay. So your typical first look.
Typical Rockstar first look. Like,
yeah.
Look how big our dicks are. We make a giant open world game and it looks good.
Yeah. I mean, we're only 2 months from release too.
Right, October.
And we're getting our first look.
No PC version.
Okay. I mean, that's not...
At least the end title card, PS4, Xbox One.
I'm assuming we'll get a PC version. But down
Right
the
down
line,
the
just
line.
like GTA.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no reason it won't.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Mega Evolutions in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Okay.
I know Jesse and James from Team Rocket are in this one, which is... I actually enjoyed that quite a bit.
It's a nice nod back.
Yep. Let me see if there's any more info on that. Mega Evolve. Yeah, they look just like their
Yeah, the show version.
Lieutenant Surge. Okay, yeah, they just said Team Rocket. Well, this is the first time they've officially confirmed Jesse and James from Team Rocket in this. There were some Japanese leaks showing screenshots of them, but this is the first time they've talked about it. Mega Evolutions. The first 3 Pokemon that fans will be able to Mega Evolve are the starters, so Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise.
Okay.
That's it on the old Pokemon. Let's see. Anything you've seen that you want to discuss?
What about that IGN review
I did want to talk about that.
for Dead Cells?
Dead Cells just came out, getting great reviews.
Great review from IGN.
So great that they had to take it down and they got to put a new one up because it was so good. It took the words out of someone else's mouth.
Literally.
They plagiarized. I don't want to say they. The
Philip Mewson?
Is he the Nintendo editor or something like that? Something along those lines.
Yeah.
This specific reviewer plagiarized this review.
Yes.
Took it from Broom something. What's the YouTube guys?
Don't remember, but
This
this won't even say it. But
a YouTube review from a user. It wasn't word for word, but there were uses of the same words and phrases and sentence structure. Clearly plagiarized it. A video went out from the YouTube user that originally created it and said, IGN copied my Dead Cells review. I don't know what to do. And of course
the internet took over.
The internet took over like a wildfire, and
You just sit right there. We'll take care of this.
IGN, here, hold my beer.
Yeah.
IGN took it down. They put a statement out there. It was I felt it was a really good statement. And they are going to have someone else review it, and they are no longer working with this person.
Yep. They fired him.
They let him go, as they said in the statement. There's not really much else to talk about that specifically. I would want to get your opinion on IGN overall after this, because I've listened to a lot of people that are still working at IGN and know that they are good people and hardworking, but the internet is the internet.
Right.
And they already disliked IGN from the get-go. This only adds fuel to the fire, and it's going to be hard for them to bounce back from this.
Well, we can't have anything nice.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
I mean, we have, for our community, a website dedicated to stuff about stuff we like, and we have to shit on it.
Right.
We have a brick and mortar store that we can walk into and buy games, and people shit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of what I was hearing was this is part of a culture of deadlines are so there's such hard deadlines on things and such pressure to get stuff out fast, because if your review's not out within a certain amount of hours after game releases, it's essentially worthless. um and these people aren't just working on one thing at a time.
Right.
That, he made a desperate, stupid decision, and that attributed to this. I think IGN handled it well.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Dead Cells is getting a shit ton of free press from this.
Right.
I've never had a problem with IGN.
Yeah,
I've never had a problem with their reviews.
yeah, the only time I dislike IGN is some of their movie reviews, but overall, their game reviews are usually pretty in line with how the game actually is.
Yeah, now that you bring it up, their movie reviews are very harsh.
Right.
Did you see Christopher Robin's?
They got like 4?
4 out of 10?
Did you see that movie?
I have not, but I've been ecstatic about the movie.
I want to see it. I'm not the biggest Winnie the Pooh fan, but I think the universal nostalgia for that
Right.
series would leak into me.
Right. So, but I mean, game review wise, I don't see a lot of what other people always trash them on for,
People like to
padding the scores of AAA games.
they
And
were
it's
paid
like-
off or blah blah blah.
It's like, no, they're the ones that came out first and trashed Assassin's Creed Unity. I'm not sitting there taking money from these people.
I just don't like their their decimal place reviews. Like, just do full numbers. Like 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't do this 5.7 or 9.8. Like,
Yeah, because what does a 9.8 really mean?
right,
I mean,
what's a
are you
9.8
kidding me?
compared to a 9.5 or a 9.2? Like, just whatever. Get rid of that BS. The interesting thing is, this game. This is from. I was listening to Giant Bomb recently, and they're like, they have all had access to this game for the longest time. Like, ignoring the fact that it was in early access for a while, but it's been in reviewers' hands for like a good 2 weeks now.
Okay.
So, I don't know his schedule. I don't know this IGN employee's schedule or how busy he was, but that's a long time. And you don't have to play a game all the way through to give a review. There could have been some stress, some time crunches for it, but I feel like a place big enough as IGN, you could have been like, hey, I'm not going to get this out in time. Can someone else jump in here or at least collaborate with me and get this done? There hasn't been any word from this reviewer about his side. I would like to know like what his viewpoint, why he did it, whatnot. We might not ever hear that.
Probably not.
But it would be interesting to see why he made that decision. Plagiarism is a not good thing. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
It's a shitty thing. It's stealing.
It's career ending.
Oh yeah, like
For this guy.
him getting a job, at least in terms of reviewing anything or anything along those lines, not going to be easy.
Yeah. At all.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Plagiarism, not good.
So Germany lifted the ban on swastikas
I saw
in their
that.
video games?
Yeah, you can actually use swastikas.
Yep.
Aren't outright banned anymore in Germany.
And it wasn't challenged. The move wasn't challenged by anybody.
Right.
I think it's a good move.
Right. It's like, we know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
The people of Germany know what that is.
Yes.
It's not something you can just sweep under the rug and say, "Oh, that didn't happen." It's one thing not using swastikas, and it's another thing like blocking gore. And by that I mean Japan is like super against gore.
Right.
And a lot of their games are censored for that reason. I know Resident Evil 2 is actually going to have 2 versions come out in Japan. One that's Z-rated, which is M for us, and a censored version which won't have all that gore. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, Germany can use swastikas in their video games.
Which makes sense to me.
Right. Like, that should happen.
Right. You can't ignore it.
Those flat earth Holocaust didn't happen, people. That's
Blood
the
pressure
world.
just went up.
That's the world we live in.
God damn it.
The Holocaust didn't happen. Tell it to my great grandparents.
God damn.
God of War is adding a new game plus mode.
Yes. Saw that.
I don't know if it's enough to get me to go back. I might go back just to check it out, but I will not do another playthrough of that game. Could not, unless they add like story DLC.
Okay. So I mean they're changing the cutscenes can be skipped.
Yep.
Enemies are a little bit different. Have new tricks up their sleeves.
They're harder. Yep.
And a new little tier of gear.
Yes.
And wasn't there one other thing?
New armor sets.
Yeah.
Collect scap slag, which you need to upgrade that new tier of armor. You just need to beat the game to get that new game plus mode.
Okay.
August 20th. So
2 weeks. Week and a half.
which is weird because just the other day I'm like, wow, we're out of July already.
Yeah.
Now it's like we're almost at the end of August.
Yeah.
And it's when all the shit's coming down. I just realized I have a bunch of games like either on their way or that I need to buy.
Good luck with that.
I have Pokemon paid off already.
Do you?
I have Spyro paid off already. I said I wasn't going to play Spyro, but that's 3 platinums for $40, man.
At least you're playing it.
Right. And that's not the only reason I'm playing that game.
Right.
I want to see how well this was brought forward. And like I said, I probably said it last podcast and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I was never the biggest fan of Spyro, and I'm hoping that I was just naive and stupid and young. I don't think anything of that age will ever top Crash for me.
Okay.
But I am a platform game player, so I am interested in Spyro. The Persona, these rhythm-based Persona games were just put on Amazon, so I bought that. It's
My God, man.
yeah, that Persona. So that one was Persona 4 based. The new ones that are coming out are Persona 5 based, which has a fantastic soundtrack, and Persona 3. But they did a collection where you got both of them together. That is supposed to be $100, but there was a price error, and I pre-ordered it for $60.
Nice.
So as long as they don't cancel it or correct it, I should be getting that in December. But we'll find out, because Target fucked me
Stay tuned.
at one time.
Stay tuned on that one.
I could have got Darksiders 3 for $18. But Target canceled my pre-order.
Probably very fast.
It took a couple days. Because they were doing these text-based discounts where you got 15% off. You got, what was it, like $10 off order, $30 or more. But you could text multiple times different codes, and you got coupons each time, and these stacked. So I got the $10 off thing, and then stacked like 5 more 15% off. So I got Darksiders down to $18. Like, oh my fucking god. But they're like, sorry, sometimes the prices are wrong. Canceled. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Never again. Never again. The biggest news that happened this week.
Because there's been a lot.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Had a feeling.
Okay. I'm a Smash Brothers fan. Probably not to the level that Adrian and Joey are, but I can fight with the best of them
Okay.
when it comes to that game. They added 5 new characters.
Okay.
I'd say 2 completely new characters and 3 Echo characters. Do you know what Echo characters are?
No.
So Smash Brothers Ultimate introduced Echo characters. So in the past, there would be Pit. You know who Pit is? No? The angel guy with, he's from Kid Icarus.
Oh, okay, yes.
Pit and Dark Pit.
Okay.
Dark Pit is now classified as an Echo character. So he is like a different version of an already established character.
Okay.
Daisy is an Echo character of Peach.
Yes.
Technically, Dr. Mario should be an Echo character of Mario, but they haven't classified him as that. So those are Echo characters. They announced Dark Samus.
Okay.
The Belmonts. So, damn it, I hit the wrong fucking button. So, 2 Castlevania characters. One's an Echo character, one is the main one.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Who are the other ones? Are you getting Smash Brothers?
Probably.
Okay. I want to get their names right. Richter Belmont.
Okay.
Is one. So he's the Echo character of Simon Belmont. They have like a chain whip. So they are Castlevania characters. They introduced King K. Rool. So he's from Donkey Kong.
Yes, I remember him.
Who else? So Dark Samus, K. Rool, 2 Belmonts. Who's the third one that they introduced? Oh, it was a fucking Fire Emblem character, Chrom. Like,
okay.
Of the 15 different Fire Emblem characters they already have in the goddamn game. There's Castlevania Stage for it. It has 32 tracks for that stage alone.
Mm-hmm.
There's over 103 stages in this Smash Brothers.
Damn. It looked like there was a stage for King K. Rool.
Yep, there's a new Donkey Kong stage. There's a new Castlevania stage. There's a couple new stages, but over 800 music tracks in this game.
My God.
Speaking of music tracks, you can make your Switch essentially an iPod. If you have this game, you can just play the music in handheld mode and bring it around with you and just put headphones in and listen to it.
Biggest iPhone ever.
Right. Other little quality of life things. They introduced more assist trophies, which are items that have characters from the universes that are a part of this game. So there's an Alucard assist trophy. There's a Waluigi assist trophy. Stuff like that. It's just like things that help you if you use them during a match. Other things like you can... In the past Smash Brothers, you would have to choose your character, choose your stage, set your rules. So you'd have to do that each time you backed out of the game.
Okay.
Now you can set it up where you can save these specific rules and just have it happen each time you want to do it. So
that's a huge quality of life change.
That is really nice. Smash, do you know what a Smash Ball is?
No.
Okay. So Smash Ball is an item which if you acquired it in the past, I think Brawl was the first game that introduced it. It was like a super move. So each character has their own specific super move. You had to beat the shit out of this special item, and it gave you the ability to use the special move. So they added an option to go from either having this item which like floats around the stage and you have to beat the shit out of it first to get it, or you can build up a meter. So the more fighting you do and hits you take, your smash meter goes up, and then once it fills, you can use your special.
Okay.
That was probably the biggest thing for me. Like, that is fantastic. I don't have to look like an asshole jumping around trying to hit this ball and getting my ass kicked. I can just keep doing what I do best and get that. So that was a cool quality of life thing. A bunch of little tiny like items that they added, little tweaks like that. But this game is going to be big, super big.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, Nintendo had that direct this week, and I literally watched it at work. Didn't give a fuck. So, I think there's going to be a few more characters announced before it comes out.
Probably.
But until then,
When does that come out?
that is December, I believe. December 4th? I will give you the exact day here. December 7th.
Okay. Okay. So after everything.
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay.
What else did you want to...
Fallout 76 is not coming to Steam.
That's right. That is, it's going through Bethesda's own, like, client, right?
Great. One more client.
I wonder if they'll pull a thing where, like, for example, maybe 6 months down the line, then you can get it on Steam.
Maybe.
What I think. But the people that bought it won't be able to get the Steam version.
Okay.
You'll always have to have the Bethesda client.
Fuck that.
I would just tie the Bethesda client into Steam and just launch it that way. But I don't know if you can put a client as a Steam game. Because I know you can pretty much put any game in your
Right.
Steam library.
But going through clients is harder.
Yeah.
I remember buying Grand Theft Auto 5 through the Rockstar client. And that was the biggest fucking mistake of my life. It wouldn't even... Like, it took me, like, 2 days to download the game. And any update took, like, 50 times longer than it should have taken.
How big was that game when it first launched? I totally forget.
I don't remember. But on PC, I mean, it was still big. Probably 20 or 30 gigabytes. Which shouldn't take a huge amount of time in this area. But it took days. Because it would just, like, stop and die. And I eventually just rebought it on Steam because I was like, fuck this.
Did you at least get it on, like, a sale or something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait till it's on sale. Oh, as much of a sale as Grand Theft Auto 5 goes on. Fucking shark cards. But yeah, so that's a thing that happened. What about this whole emulator thing going on? The ROMs.
Oh, I know that ROM stuff went down not too long ago, where a certain website, Nintendo, like, sued them or something like that, and they had to take their shit down. I know this week I saw something about another place just stopping altogether before Nintendo does anything. Was that the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much that this is all coming crashing down.
Yeah. I understand both sides. I'm leaning more towards the ROM sites than Nintendo.
Yeah.
For Nintendo side, it's their IP. It's their properties. They have the right to do so.
Right.
But the gaming industry is so bad about preserving things that this is probably the only way to really preserve them in any fashion when Nintendo doesn't. Or
Right.
Sega or whoever's games that you're getting these ROMs from. If Nintendo was able to, like, give people access to these in some sort of fashion, like through PC routes or any way to just keep them alive or keep them available to people, I don't think that we'd ever have to worry about this. But it's just game preservation isn't a thing, really.
And it could be for Nintendo.
It could be.
They've had the Virtual Console in the past.
Right, and they have the oldest, probably one of the oldest libraries to go back to.
Right.
So,
And they've, in the past, they've done a good job of keeping this stuff going, for the most part. Better than Microsoft or PlayStation.
right.
But right now, they're in that spot where Switch isn't getting this stuff.
Right, there is no virtual console for that.
So people are turning to that.
Right. Which,
So theoretically, Nintendo could fix this by launching Virtual Console on Switch. Now, whether or not they have, maybe this indicates they've got something up their sleeve.
I mean, they have that NES, or NES, as it's officially
Yes.
called, by the way, which I don't know why anyone needs to argue that. It's if you say NES, you can keep saying NES. If you say NES, it's whatever. Like I've used both in my vernacular before, so who cares?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming SNES is SNES. I don't know why people make that one seem so weird. It's SNES is one thing, and then SNES is another. Like, who cares?
Right.
But a tangent. Yeah, like if people are going to play these games, they're going to play them. Like, you can't stop these ROMs from being out there. Like, there's no way.
They can make it harder.
Yeah, right. They can make it harder, which they're trying to do. But they could also make it easier.
Yeah.
By just selling those. Sell them for like a fucking $1. Like,
even $5.
The ones that you have license for, don't go out of your way. Like, get all the ones that you can.
Yep.
Throw them out there for $1 or $2, whatever. If anything, they're not going to be that big. You could probably fit the whole NES library on a goddamn 1 gig thumbstick.
They were fitting, what, 200 of these things on the NES Classic?
Mm-hmm. Right.
They're not big.
Right. It wouldn't take much space at all. It's... I could give them the benefit of the doubt in that you might not ever be able to get the full library of the NES or SNES on here just based on companies being out of business and who owns the rights to these, blah, blah, blah. But whatever you do have, fucking put it out there. Like, who cares? Like, the size of a NES game isn't going to take up a lot of server space.
Right.
Fuck it. You're getting minimal revenue, whatever. That $1 or $2 will probably outweigh the amount of cents it takes to put that file on the server.
Probably.
Who cares?
Right. The original Super Mario Brothers was 32 kilobytes.
There you go.
It's smaller than a goddamn picture on the internet.
Right. I take pictures that are like a couple megs.
Yes.
It just goes back to game preservation isn't a thing, which is, I guess, also leads into why physical games are still relevant.
Yes. 100% agree.
But you also need to worry about the machine that's able to play those. Like, those machines are going to be around forever.
Yeah.
So, and the games are only getting more complex. So there isn't a real easy way to. I mean, I can't see in the future. Who knows? We might be able to download a 50 gig game in seconds eventually. There's people that already do. So who the fuck knows? But piracy, fun stuff.
Not a victimless crime. GTA 5 is about to be the third game ever to sell 100 million copies.
What are the first two? Wii Sports?
That's what I'm looking at. Does that even count?
I mean, it does on that one chart that Nintendo put out.
Not on this. It doesn't count. It's behind Tetris and Minecraft.
Okay. One super old and one relatively new.
I can't believe it's still selling as well as it is.
Minecraft?
No, Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, yeah. That
I understand Minecraft. But Grand Theft Auto. It's still in the top 5.
It's hard to believe that people are still buying that game.
Yes.
Like, Shark Money is one thing. Like, that I could understand. But haven't we plateaued with people buying Grand Theft Auto? You'd think there's not many more people that could buy Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think Red Dead will come close to that. But we also don't know the online nature of that game.
I don't think Red Dead even scratches the surface of this game.
Right, you don't have the planes, the motorcycles, the blah, blah, blah. You have horses, carriages, and your feet.
I don't know if another Grand Theft Auto would ever come close to this. It just seems like they just hit it right with this one.
I could see another Grand Theft Auto doing Each Grand Theft Auto has done that.
It's been
After
huge.
the next one.
So I saw they released last month's, what consoles sold the best.
Yeah.
For each month. Did you hear about this? The NES Classic.
Oh yeah.
It was out for 1 week in that month, the last week of the month, and it outsold every other console.
Fuck people, man. Fuck them.
That's incredible.
I hate
And this is why Nintendo can do whatever they want.
everybody.
Now, I bought one because I didn't get one on the last time around.
You're part of the problem, but it's understandable.
Right. Holy shit. What's funny, I still haven't opened it. It's not like I went home and,
You didn't play
jumped into it. No, I haven't played it yet.
Is there just bad timing?
Bad timing, and given the choice between, getting my gear in Destiny or playing the new Madden and playing the original fucking, Super Mario Brothers, I have other stuff to do. But, I want to make sure that I had one for down the road.
Yeah.
But I do want to play it. But holy fuck. 1 week.
I mean, that's probably the extent of time you'll put into that system. If that.
1 week.
If that.
Yeah.
And be like, I remember this game, and play 10 minutes of it and be like, I do remember this game.
Yes.
Next. I mean, you could play Star Fox and see how shitty that game actually is. And then be like, wow, I can see why this wasn't released. And then move on to something else.
Yeah.
I mean, those are classic games. I'm not shitting on them to shit on them, but
holy shit.
we're playing on PS4 and PC and Xbox One for a reason.
Yes.
A certain character is being added to Tekken.
Who was it?
It's a certain someone from The Walking Dead.
Negan. How do you feel about that?
That's interesting. I'm surprised that a Western character is being added to Tekken. Like I was telling people at work, they have not added one single Western created character to Smash Brothers. Which is why I'm like, before the Nintendo Direct even happened, I'm like, how much you want to bet K. Rool's in this game? And they're like, would they really put him in there? I'm like,
why not?
It's the only real one that they have left. And ba-bam.
There he
K.
is.
Rool's in there. But yeah, they haven't added any Western characters. So no Banjo-Kazooie, no Crash Bandicoot, no one along those lines into Smash Brothers ever. So it might just be a Japanese thing, but yeah, Negan from this TV series version is in this.
So Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like his likeness and everything.
At least close to it. Yeah, they didn't show an actual picture of him. It was a silhouette.
But enough to know that that's him.
But it was like an outline from like a poster from Walking Dead. So,
okay.
So it makes sense it would be like him.
Shit, I just had it. Oh, so speaking of Walking Dead, I don't know if we discussed this last time. Andrew Lincoln
He's leaving.
announced he's leaving the show.
Season 9 is his last season?
Yep, this upcoming season is his last.
How much longer do you think that show goes on without him on there?
This should be it.
You think 10 will be the last one?
I thought 9 would be, just based on the fact that the show's ratings are in the trash. I mean, like, beginning of the series level numbers right now. I think they're sitting at around 7 or 8 million viewers. It's bad.
I mean, it still sounds like a lot of people.
Let me fact check that so I don't get it wrong.
I'm sure at its peak it was way more than that, but 7 or 8 million I still feel is like a good chunk.
Have you don't watch, correct?
I do not. I've watched a handful of seasons of that show and I was like, no more.
Yeah.
No more. Cannot do it. It's the same thing. Just new stupid people that they run into.
Yeah. So, season 2 averaged about 6.9 million viewers.
Okay.
Okay, at its peak in season 5, the show was averaging 14.3 million.
Okay, so it's been like cut in half.
This past season, it's at 7.8.
Okay.
So the season premiere was 11.4 million, immediately dropped off to 8.9 and went down from there. And ended at, the last 3 episodes were 6.3, 6.6, and 7.9. Getting into the last 3.
Okay. Yeah, it's going down. But it seems to like ebb and flow though, so it's not.
Watching the show, it's a hot mess.
I mean, you can only do the same thing so many times before it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I could see them doing season 10 as the last one after he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like the main character of the show, so.
Right. I mean, how many times does a show end up successful after their lead departs?
Right.
I mean, The Office lasted 3 years.
Right. Let alone a season lasting 9 seasons. Like, God, they're lucky to have that.
Right.
Usually it's 2 to 3 at the most.
I don't think you can. Negan couldn't slide into that role of becoming the main focus of the show.
No, especially with that actor being a lot bigger than that
Right.
show to begin with.
And I know people love Daryl, but I don't think he could sustain the show.
Right, and these are real people as well. They are actors, and they want to do new stuff after a while.
Right.
So
Daryl doesn't want to do this forever.
Thinking that
Norman Reedus
right,
fucking wants to work with Kojima forever.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thinking that these actors are going to do this till they die is naive. I don't think anyone thought that, but you don't really think about that until they announce that they're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So, good for him for sticking out this long. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I mean, I hope it goes out with a bang. Like, I hope it's a cool ending. It was all a dream. I would fucking love it. I would love it. Because Twitter would fucking burn down in a heartbeat if he just, like, woke up on that bed.
You just want
and
the
he
tears.
was in a coma for, like, ages. And the wife is there.
Still banging Shane.
The son is there. Everyone was there. Boy, that would be tasty.
I'm on board for that.
God damn it, that'd be great. The meltdown. Oh my god. That's shitty.
You're enjoying thinking about that way too much.
Oh yeah. It's shitty me to think that because if something happened in terms of if that happened in like an Uncharted or a Last of Us game, I'd be upset. Like
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think the pedestal that people put the Walking Dead show on is outrageous.
Yeah.
It could have ended like 5 seasons ago.
Could have.
Nobody likes that interracial love anyway. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I had to, it's been a while since we did any like
True.
outrageous humor.
And people are still upset about that, which is so ridiculous.
Are they?
People are.
Who cares?
I don't know.
Person's a person. If you want to fuck them, fuck them.
It's the apocalypse.
Right.
You're right.
Especially.
I mean, come on.
Everyone's warm on the inside.
God. Be my tauntaun.
Yeah. I just won't cut you open with my hands.
Yeah, I mean, they hold the show on a level akin to Game of Thrones.
Or Zelda.
Or Zelda. That one's a much better. That one is a much better example. Fucking Zelda.
Like, it's a pass. For no good reason. Breath of the Wild wasn't that good. I'll say it. Wasn't that good. Story wasn't that good. Gameplay was fine. Wasn't that good story. Don't care. Fight me.
Well, that's at the end of our run here on the podcast.
I mean,
they're coming after
that
you now.
story was so disjointed and weak. It was so weak.
I still haven't finished it.
No, you finished the story already.
Did I?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's been done. PlayStation Plus games were announced. Mafia 3 we get for free. Dead by Daylight we got for free. I didn't download, but I purchased them, so they're ready whenever I fucking
Same here.
want to play them or have time to play them.
I just got Mafia 3 with the Humble Bundle
There you go.
not too long ago, so now I've got 2 of those. Yay.
Excuse me. Oh, Call of Duty beta. I got a code off Twitter. That's a game.
When does it start?
The beta.
Yeah.
It started last weekend.
Oh, so have you played it?
I played some of it, yeah.
How was it?
I mean, it's more of a traditional Call of Duty, but I don't like Call of Duty, man. I can't do it. Like, I got maybe 1 kill in this match and died like 9 times. Like,
Scrub.
right? I might just suck at competitive first-person shooters. Overwatch I'm okay with, but military-based first-person shooters, I can't do it. Like,
I'm trash at Call of Duty.
I'm
the same way.
I think Call of Duty is just my weakness. Like, I cannot do it. I can play any other game and be decently competent with it.
And the fact that this is a fully multiplayer game. Fuck
Right.
that.
Right, Call of Duty cannot do. I mean, if it's zombie co-op stuff, I'm totally down. I can hold my own with that. But when it comes to competitive, do not rely on me. Like,
Yeah.
I will let you down.
Every time.
It's something about the mini-map throws me off. Like, I'm just bad at looking at the mini-map and my surroundings at the same time for Call of Duty.
Okay.
If I didn't have a mini-map, I could focus on something else. Because the second I look away from the main action on the screen, I get fucked.
Okay.
So, Overwatch doesn't have a mini-map. Totally okay with it. Uncharted doesn't have a mini-map. Totally okay with it. Like, I can hold my own. I think I don't know where to focus my eyes
Okay.
in Call of Duty.
So it's distracting.
Right.
There was a new trailer for Destiny. Did you see that?
There's been a lot of posts about Destiny, so I kind of didn't pay attention to it. What was it?
There's a reveal trailer for the Dreaming City, which is one of the areas, or the main area, I guess, of Forsaken.
Like the hub world?
I guess.
Like a new
I'm
hub?
assuming it seems like it's akin to the Dreadnought in Taken King.
Okay.
How after the story was done, the Dreadnought was open to you, and that was where the end game took place.
Okay.
And because it says that this is the largest end game experience in Destiny that they've ever made,
I did see that title somewhere. Okay.
and it looks massive. I don't know if it's all one area and it's just different parts of the same area, but like, my God, it looks incredibly huge. Looks fun. I mean, you're getting a lot of that stuff where, I mean, there's tons of different things it looks like.
Yeah.
And then, they tease the raid. Teasing dragons. Should be cool.
Space dragons.
Yeah, apparently part of the lore is the Ahamkara, which are rumored to be the 9 that Xur serves, but they're space dragons. Fuck if I know. Okay? This game has not made sense since it came out. If they want to do space dragons, do space
I mean, they
dragons.
didn't talk about space dragons in the app.
They did.
Did they?
They did. In the Grimoire.
Oh, fuck me.
Which they're releasing physically. Did you hear about that?
I did.
Volume 1.
the question is, are you buying it?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll buy it. I wanted to buy the vinyl for the music soundtrack of the collection, and I missed out on it.
Was it like a certain number were made and then...
Yeah, I think it was like a limited run. It was $100, but it was like a shit ton of vinyls, and it was the first official release of Music of the Spheres, which was what Marty O'Donnell created before he got fired, and was technically never released.
Did you play any of your Last Guardian vinyl?
Yes.
It's good.
It's fantastic. So good.
I would like to get a vinyl, like a record player, sometime.
I'd like to get a good one. I have a shit one.
I don't know the difference between a good and a shit one.
I don't either. That's the problem. I don't either. I just can tell that mine's kind of shit. I like the Last Guardian one because, like, when you open it up, because it's like it's beautiful, like all through it. But like when you open it up, it has stuff on the inside breaking down all the musical themes and how they're represented in the game, and then like you know, a sheet music line of it to like of what that theme is, and then it's here and listen for it here, and it's like, oh, that's really neat. I Am 8-Bit does a really nice job with their vinyls.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the Skyrim one.
I think Mondo does that type of stuff too, don't they? Mondo.
Probably partnership. I don't know. Yeah. Didn't buy the Skyrim one.
It's just air on my knee over and over again.
Pretty much.
We didn't talk about the PS4 Pro that was announced. We did before the podcast.
Oh, yeah. The
PlayStation sold 500 million plus consoles in its lifetime.
What was it, like 535?
I think, 530 something.
Fucking crazy.
So they're releasing like a translucent dark navy blue PS4 Pro. There's 50,000 of them. A limited 2 terabyte console. Stand, which I don't think they've ever done a console with a stand.
I don't remember one for PS4.
And the camera. Extremely limited. There's a little, like a brass copper plate on the lower corner that has the serial number on it. It'll say which number your system is, and there are random ones that have specific facts about PlayStation lore in there as well. So you could get lucky and get a really special one and then sell it for $900 and be a complete shitbag.
Which people will do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Why let people that actually want it and use it to fucking do that?
Yep.
But just sell it on eBay like a fucking donkey raping shit eater. That's not mine. That's a
They're only doing 50,000 of them, too.
Worldwide. So, get on that shit. Select retailers starting... pre-orders start the 24th, and I think they're released early September.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's one of the nicer limited edition consoles.
Yeah, I like that color scheme. Like, that's a cool translucent. They're selling the controller separately as well, and the gold headset, I believe, separately as well with that same color scheme. So, if you don't get the system, you can at least get the controller and headset. Like I said to fellow members of the podcast, I can't justify getting new hardware until the next system comes out.
Right, that's where I'm at. I'm done with hardware.
Unless I could possibly get a system for next to nothing if I traded stuff in. But even then...
Good luck.
Right. I think the Pro is trading it for $250 right now.
And that's halfway there. I mean, yeah, it's not enough.
I wouldn't put it towards that... the anniversary one. I put it towards like a Spider-Man one or something like that, which is like $400, and then just trade the Spider-Man game in if I wanted hardware. But I'm already dead set in my mind I don't need hardware until the PS5 comes out. So
right,
I'd just rather use that surplus of money for games.
I agree.
I did. I bought Deadly Premonition on the PS3. So that should be arriving here shortly. It's that weird cult classic. Here, I'll show you a picture. It originally came out on the 360.
Who made it?
his name.
My God.
It's this game.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Yep.
weird.
Why the fuck would you play that?
I don't know. Well, I do know because I collect weird games. Africa,
Right.
El Shaddai, Fused, Drakengard, Alone in the Dark. I'm a connoisseur of weird PS3 games.
Frustrating games. Fucking Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, that one was fucking... That Platinum was weird.
The game was weird.
That game was super weird. It had some cool mechanics. Like the fire and being able to like light things and combine them and swing them around and catch things on fire. But yeah, super weird game.
So that's your next super weird game?
Yeah, I haven't played a super weird game in a long time. And I'm like, you know what?
It's time.
It's time to platinum something super weird. I think my last big PS3 super weird game to platinum was No More Heroes. And that one fucking sucked ass. So fucking bad. I love you, Joey, but god damn it, that game sucks. Fuck. If you hear any child abuse, I live in an apartment. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Someone beating their child.
Go girl.
What?
What?
You just endorse child abuse?
Nope. Don't endorse child abuse, but we live in a state where corporal punishment is legal.
New to your pets.
What? Shit.
Bob Barker's not around, so...
I don't know.
Did he die? He's still alive.
No, he's still alive.
Yeah, that fucker won't die.
Much to Adam Sandler's dismay.
Too busy beating the shit out of Adam Sandler.
Bob Barker. Better not have died.
What? Is there any other news?
Oh, he's still alive. 94.
That guy... He needs to live to 100. I booted up No Man's Sky the other day, and my system sounded like a fucking jet engine. And I'm like...
Welcome to PS4 Pro.
Not today. Close that son of a bitch right away.
Wait, so that's like a new occurrence for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, lots of games do that on PlayStation.
To that extent, it has not happened in a long time.
Yeah.
Like certain games that are heavily reading stuff from the disc, I've had it. What's the last game that did it with for me? God of War did it a little bit, not as bad as No Man's Sky did it. It seemed like it wasn't stopping in terms of increasing in speed.
It puts the console on its knees. And it runs like shit. So you didn't do anything in No Man's Sky, I'm assuming.
I loaded up my save just to see
where you were,
what was going on, and almost everything on my person was like, I forget what it was. It was items that were
obsolete
tech.
Yeah.
Obsolete tech. That was it. I'm like, okay, I might as well just start a new one.
Yeah.
Started a new game. Felt like my console was gonna melt. I started moving around, walking in the world, and I'm like, you know what? I have nothing to prove. I platinumed this game. Like, it looks better. Like, the UI and stuff looks better. I'm like, okay, that's fair. I might play it. I didn't delete it. So I might just pick it up and mess around with it later on. But as of right now...
Not worth melting your console over?
Especially when I said I'm not buying any more hardware.
Yeah.
I don't need to risk it.
Fuck you, Sean Murray.
So... I played that game at its peak in terms of performance. So...
Okay.
I'm okay with it for now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a beautifully run game when they got it working well.
Yeah, and they had like
last update.
They had like a, what is it, 4K
yeah
mode, and it was perfectly fine. I don't know what broke it this time around. I'm sure there's more updates coming to fix that, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need to mess with that for the time being. There's too many things coming out.
Mm-hmm. Other things to do.
Too many crossword puzzles to solve. So. What? Mighty Number 9's 3DS and Vita editions remain unreleased. Totally forgot that those aren't out yet.
So did they, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the Uncharted 4 in first person? That video?
No, I saw, like... I saw something about it.
Mm-hmm.
That seems nauseating.
The scene where they're talking with each other on the couch eating food looks great. Like, I'm so surprised the amount of detail in that.
So did somebody just recreate it?
No, it's the game. Like they
just move the camera.
They modded the camera to be in. I don't know, but regardless, like it looked good. Like the lighting's weird because you can see when the camera would change based on looking at him, looking at her. So the lighting's different on Elena each time, but. I haven't seen this one yet, so this is new. Like I've never seen this in first person.
I forgot how good the game looks.
Sorry, this is.
So this is a mod, but like, is this something you can actually get?
I don't think this is something that normal people would have access to.
I just wonder how they got it in the first place.
Right. It looks good. Like, okay.
Huh, that's weird.
It just shows the amount of detail that they put in it. Look up Uncharted trailer, first person mod.
I mean, there's no way that this... My God.
Right?
There's no way that this could be playable like this.
It'd be super weird, especially with the platforming. Like, that scene in that game, super tough. Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. That was cool as shit.
Let's see. It's not even slightly functional in any practical sense.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. They are extremely time consuming. Took them over 3 days to do. Yeah, that was an interesting... I would definitely watch the one where they're on the couch talking with each other.
Next step, Bloodborne.
No, thank you.
Bloodborne in VR.
No, thank you. Fuck no.
You wouldn't do it?
Hell no.
Why?
Those enemies in that game are disgusting. There's one in particular I would fucking nightmare fuel. Like, a lot of them have, like, weird hair on them and stuff. There's another one that has the body of a doll with, like, an orb for a head that has just a bunch of eyes.
Fuck that.
No, thank you. If I had to stand there and look up at this thing, no. Especially enemies grab you in that game and pick you up. Like, no fucking thanks. The game is already terrifying enough as it is.
But did you play Resident Evil 7?
Yeah. Those are, like, lifelike people. So I can...
Oh, the fact that... Okay, so the fact that this is, like, dark fantasy.
Like, dark fantasy, Cthulhu-type weird shit. No.
Fuck that.
No. Like, if I could walk through that world with no enemies, I would totally do that. Because the architecture in that game and the environment is fantastic. But if I was playing that game in VR, no. No. Not at all.
Not even close.
Oh. Probably one last thing before we stop. We didn't talk about the Spiral Collection and the shit that they're pulling.
That it's not on the disc?
Right.
Does it matter?
Not to me.
Not to me. But, okay. So, our viewers who have poor internet connection.
Right. The people that bought physical to play all these games on a physical form are not able to do so because you have to download Spiral 2 and 3 to get all of them. Only the first one's on the disc.
Is there a reason?
No. They news outlets reached out to Activision and they pulled this. We're super excited for you to get your hands on Spyro on blah 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 date. It's not uncommon for games nowadays to have updates and whatnot. Blah blah blah. They didn't specifically say why. We also don't know if it's a voucher code, which I don't think it is. I think it's like a telltale situation where the disc is validation to download those two games.
Okay.
If it was a code, that's super shitty.
Because it would expire, right?
Yeah, there's an expiration date on that possibly. Companies have learned to put the expiration date like years and years and years in the future, like 2051 or something like that. I've seen some codes, but I don't care. You don't care. Joey doesn't care. It's whatever. But the people that were looking to buy that game physically and have all of them to play physically right then and there, you can't.
That sucks. Because all of Crash was on the disc.
Right. Which makes it even more shitty because that's from the same publisher.
I want to know why they're doing it.
Right. Did you not have enough time to put those on the disc when you're pressing them? Because
that's a shit reason.
If that's a reason, that's shit reason, because there are times when games are gold a week and a half before the release date, and they still got to the stores just fine. Speaking of games going gold, Spider-Man went gold. Tomb Raider went gold.
Yeah, it did.
Which, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Still not digging it, huh?
Not that I'm not digging it. It's like, that is super early for that game to go gold. Super early.
October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like, what?
Everything about this game is weird.
I agree. I want to know, is there going to be a day one update?
Oh, there'd have to be. 2 months?
Why would you go gold then? There's no reason to go gold if there's still bugs. I mean, in the age of making games, there's critical bugs and bugs that are able to be patched by a smaller update. But I feel like if there's a large update for Tomb Raider when it comes out, it's like that was time wasted.
Yeah.
Like, do you need this amount of time to print these discs? This game is an October release. It is fucking... I think it went gold in July. It's a long time. It's a long fucking time.
I think the day the reviews go live on that game will be a field day.
I hope it surprises. I hope that game is surprisingly good for what it is. I wanna play it to finish it, but I am not excited to put money for that game.
I feel like
I will not do it day one. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But eventually I will play that game. I will platinum that game because I have a vendetta against that series now. The first one fucked me so bad that I will fuck each of those games. Revenge.
Yeah.
Games are weird. Politics are weird.
Life is weird.
Movies are weird. There's so many back and forth things going on with James Gunn. Like,
yeah.
Since we originally talked about it, a lot of the cast members put out a letter saying that they support him.
The one won't do it unless they use a script.
Batista, he is like, I will drop out of this. Rumors are that he might come back. There's rumors that he won't. There's rumors that they're going to use his original script. So many rumors. Like, just...
release a statement.
Yeah, Disney, say something. Like, fucking just bring him back. Like, honestly, you gave him a contract after the fact that stuff was out there. Like,
you know?
Didn't they say that they didn't know about those? That was another rumor. That they had no idea about these jokes.
Which is bullshit.
There's no fucking way. No way.
That's them covering their ass.
That's feigning ignorance right there.
Movie Pass.
Oh yeah, 3 movies a month now.
3 movies a month. Because they don't know economics, and that's why they're in this position.
Do you have Movie Pass?
I do.
I do not. I know they were changing a lot of the things about Movie Pass recently.
Right.
Didn't they limit it to... At first it was non-release day movies, right?
Well, at first it was surge pricing.
Right.
So you had to pay a surcharge to see movies that were in high demand.
So new movies.
New movies. But it was inconsistent. Like, I would go with my family, and, like, my mom would have surge pricing, but my dad and I would not have surge pricing. So it was super weird.
Now, would you have to, like, open up a web browser or an app and say which movie you're going to see?
Yeah,
and then
on
it
the Movie
puts
Pass app.
And it puts money on this card, and you use
Correct.
the card?
Yeah. You go on the app, you select the movie, you select the showtime, and you have to be within, like, 100 yards of the theater. And you check in. And then that links to your Movie Pass card, which is like a credit card.
Yeah.
And you give that to the theater. And they swipe it, and then that gets charged Movie Pass. Because you've already paid Movie Pass for your month.
Okay.
Or year, in my case, because I did the year.
Instantaneous. It's just more of like a check mark. You can use this card.
Right. Yeah, there it is. Like, it's checked, it's good.
Okay.
Go. So it was that, and then it turned into some movies weren't going to be available on release. Like, Mission Impossible Going Dark that whole weekend that they ran out of money. Which, holy shit.
Didn't they borrow like $3 million or something like that?
It was $5 million to try and stay afloat. And then now it's 3 movies a month. Which I'm sure is...
It was unlimited
piss
before,
people off.
right?
Yeah, 1 movie a day every day.
So potentially 30 movies.
Right, but you couldn't see the same movie twice.
Right.
So you would run out.
Right.
But the idea being, I mean, you're going from potentially, 15 movies a month down to 3.
Right.
And now this is where AMC gets a leg up with their program.
Yeah, didn't they introduce something?
Yeah,
there?
the A-list. It's 3 movies a week. Anytime, any showing, and any theater type. IMAX, Dolby Theater, whatever. All included for $20 a month.
I mean, if you're a big movie goer, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic.
It'd be a good thing for Joey.
Yeah.
I don't go to movies enough to warrant that, but...
I don't either. I want to, but, it's a nice option to have. And I don't understand Movie Pass's thinking. I still don't get it.
Yeah.
When I first learned about Movie Pass, it was $30 a month. And that at least seems sustainable.
Yeah.
30 to $40 a month. I mean, 3 movies and you pretty much have it. 3 movies in a month, you pretty much pay it off.
Right, $10 a movie per person.
And wherever they got on this idea of keeping that program, but like let's slash the cost down.
Was that card used for one ticket? Or can you have multiple people?
1 ticket.
Okay. So if you went with your wife, how would you use Movie Pass?
We would both have to have Movie Pass.
Okay, so you both have to have an account.
Yes.
Okay. Or would you buy one ticket and then you just pay the other one? Can you piecemeal it where you go and use Movie Pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't do that, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a non-sustainable program.
Right.
It's one of those that was enjoy it while you had it. Because it wasn't going to be around. They felt, apparently, that they could strong-arm movie theater chains into giving them lower ticket prices. Because look at our customer base. We're bringing these many people into your theater.
Right. The number of people outweighs the
Right.
the price of a ticket.
And AMC said, fuck you.
Hold our beer.
We're not going to do that. And we're just going to make our own.
Yeah. The movie business is also a weird one. I saw on Twitter someone talking about like movie theaters asking what it would get, what they could do to make people come to movies more often.
What are the prices?
And that's an interesting thing to throw out there.
Which I think AMC has done. AMC does a nice job.
Yeah, a lot of places have the reclining seats now.
Most of them, yeah. Usually $5, like it's Tuesdays are like $5 movies or something. But like most of the times, like if a movie's at the end of its run, the tickets will be cheaper. Mm-hmm. They definitely do pricing based on demand. Their rewards program is nice.
Yeah.
Especially because you get free upgrades on all your concession stuff. I think cut out the previews and all the bullshit around going to a movie.
Right. Have the time be the time the movie starts.
Yes, not the previews.
And play previews before that time.
Yeah.
But I guess that time before the movie starts is a lot of ads anyway.
Mm-hmm. I know a big reason. I mean, I saw Force Awakens 7 times in theaters. I saw Last Jedi twice or 3 times. Mm-hmm. It was a huge time commitment. Oh, yeah. I mean, that extra 15-20 minutes doesn't seem like a lot, but it is.
Right.
I mean, going from like a 2-hour, 15-minute commitment on a movie to over 3 hours now is a big deal.
Right.
And concessions. Concessions are so goddamn expensive. That's probably the biggest thing holding a theater back.
Right. How expensive really is popcorn?
Right. Considering when I worked at the Regal, they would just let us walk out with trash bags full of the popcorn. So you're obviously not concerned about having an entire thing full at the end of the night.
Wasting it, yeah. I can understand maybe pretzels and nachos being a little more pricey than you would get out there, but the level that they are now is just stupid. Like, why would you pay $6 for a pop or $8 for a pretzel?
Yeah, when you're talking about stuff that is just pennies.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, cut that shit in half. $1.50 for a pop. Like, come on. You know how much more you'd buy?
Mm-hmm. Well, when I worked at Regal, we didn't get discounts on the food, on the concessions.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Yep.
Movie theater seems like a dream job. So does GameStop. Surprise, it isn't. Anything
so
else?
does. I'm looking at the profit margin on.
Oh, yeah.
Concessions. Says sodas generally cost the seller about 1 to 2 cents per ounce. So a 32-ounce soda costs about 25 to 32 cents. And the cost of ice is generally figured out to 5 to 10 cents. So essentially, they're making bank.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the profit margin generally on concessions is 85%. Goddamn.
Yeah. Dum.
I don't know if there's much else.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered it. Smash Brothers was kind of the big thing. Red Dead was the newest thing today. Yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything. QuakeCon is eventually happening. Yeah. That is it, my friends.
Yep.
We will be back in 2 weeks.
Yay.
Next Thursday. Is anything coming out of note. We Happy Few comes out tomorrow.
Yes, it does.
I picked that up on a spur of the moment purchase today. There's $10 off if you pre-ordered, and then I have Best Buy's reward program still, so I got We Happy Few for like $40.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'll try it out for that. And there's a handful of good reviews, and it looks like a BioShock type thing, so I'm down for this weird, quirky first-person thing, so I can talk about that. Death's Gambit comes out this week, so I have that pre-ordered as well.
Yeah.
Madden will be
tomorrow,
so you'll...
Because Okami was today on Switch.
Okay.
Yakuza 3 was today on PS4. Monster Hunter World Monster Hunter World for PC was today. Layton's Mystery Journey was today on Switch. Madden tomorrow, We Happy Few tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Next week is Death's Gambit. Mm-hmm. Cosmic Star, Heroine, Walking Dead, Final Season Episode 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I won't play that until they're all out.
The World of Warcraft expansion. Penguin Wars.
There we go.
Guacamelee 2.
Oh, yeah.
Shenmue 1 and 2.
Oh, man.
But wait, no, that was delayed, wasn't it? It just wasn't updated? Or is it?
That was My
Hero One's Justice was delayed, but it's still not updated. Either way, that looks to be what's coming up between now and the next time we meet.
Okay. We will be playing some of that, so we can at least talk about those. I'm sure there's some crazy bullshit that'll happen in between. There always is. I'm sure Nintendo will do something stupid. I mean, they've done a lot of dumb stuff. I mean, their online membership is happening soon, so can't wait for that to block off certain online games.
We're getting to the point where we should start hearing about PSX.
Yeah.
It's about that time of year.
That was so much fun.
Yes, it was.
It's so weird being in California in December.
Super weird being at Disneyland during the Christmas season.
Yes.
That was fucking weird.
It's weird getting up on a plane at 7 and then getting to California at noon. And
we landed before 10.
Oh yeah, we got there. We got the Panera at like 11.
Yeah, because it was like a 4.5 hour flight. But like...
Yeah, that's right, 11. And then feeling like it was like middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, because I remember walking back to the hotel at the end of the night. We had passed 24 hours of being awake.
Yeah, we were up a long fucking time. We did Disney that day too.
Yeah, and then we immediately had to like get up the next day to like a normal day to get to the exhibit hall.
That
was a brutal weekend.
And we came back to the shittiest weather.
Yep, it was so freaking cold. Oh, that sucked.
Palm trees in December, just so fucking weird.
It was amazing though.
I think the weather, it was perfect weather. It wasn't scorchingly hot.
Mm-hmm.
It was breezy. It's the first time I've been to Disney in years.
If I went back, I would go to the other park across the street.
Yeah.
Apparently that's one with all the rides.
I mean, it was cool seeing all the Star Wars stuff there.
Yeah.
The last time I was at Disney, it was when I was 12 years old. So
it's cool getting that sneak peek of episode 8. That was pretty cool.
That ride was so fucking jerky, though. God damn.
Right? Oh, that's old as shit.
It was like some
Star Tours.
Some Cedar Point wooden roller coaster style jankiness. Just jerking it all around.
What wooden coaster?
Right, I guess there isn't any more.
There's one left.
Which one
Blue
is it?
Streak.
Blue Streak, okay.
It's the only one. It's still terrifying as shit. I was just there the past 2 nights. Basically go there to ride Steel Vengeance and just shit myself.
You have a pass, though, right?
Yeah, I do have a pass.
I want to go there. I gotta go there before the season ends.
Well, we found out this weekend because we have family in. After 5 o'clock, it's either after 4 after 5, it's $25 to get in the park.
Fuck yeah.
And over 2 nights, we hit 12 or 13 coasters. Yeah. So
Jesus Christ.
that's the way to do it. And I am more than willing to go. I love that park. Also love Kings Island. So we're lucky to have two great parks.
PSX news, hopefully soon.
Yep.
We might go.
Maybe next year.
We don't know. Yeah.
This is a Disney year.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. It's been episode 70. The old GGP. This is Vaughn.
Chris.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks. We're on a streak. Stick with us.